So we were looking at rules of differentiation. So let's continue where we left off. We had completed up to subtraction of functions. Now let's say we have a function is equal to x square sine x. Yes, here we have multiplication of functions. This is a function and this is a function, and these two are being multiplied. So in general we can say a function multiplied by another function, but these two functions are both with respect to x. Now a small change in x leads to a small change in u and v and y. So y plus delta y is equal to u plus delta u times v plus delta v. Now let's simplify this. uv plus u delta v plus v delta u plus delta u delta y plus delta y. Now let's bring in our original equation u v. Let's subtract. So this disappears, this disappears. We are left with delta y is equal to u delta v plus v delta u plus delta u delta v. Now here is the tricky part. Let's say delta u is 0.001 and delta v is equal to 0.01, right? So what will be delta u times delta v? It will be times, which is, now if you look at this and look at these two, this is very small when compared to these two individually, right? Since it's very small when compared to the other two, we can ignore it. So we can say it is as good as equal to 0. So we are left with a 0. So we don't even show it. Now we need delta x. So divide everything by delta x. Now dy by dx would be what? Limit as delta x approaches 0. Limit of delta y by delta x as delta x approaches 0. Limit as delta x approaches 0 of u delta v by delta x plus v delta u by delta x, which is equal to, now if we take the limit, this is y, if we take the limit, then u times dv by dx plus v times du by dx, right? So this is the formula for the product of functions. So the derivative of the product of functions, here there were two functions, there could have been n number of functions. So the derivative of the product of functions is the first function times the derivative of the second, and the second function times the derivative of first function. Okay, so let's look at the problem we are trying to solve. X square times sine x. So y is equal to x square sine x. So dy by dx would be first function times the derivative. So x square times d sine x dx plus sine x d x square by dx. So first function times the derivative of the second plus second times the derivative of the first. So now x square, now derivative of sine x is what? Cos x plus second function times the derivative, so times 2x which is equal to x square cos x plus 2x sin x. Could take it one step further by taking out the common. So x cos x plus sin x. So that is the product rule. Let's look at the next one. Let's say we have y is equal to x square divided by sin x. Now this is the division. Now in general, let's say y is equal to, the top one is u, numerator, and the denominator is v. So u is a function of x, v is a function of x. So a small change in x leads to small change in u, v and y. So y is equal to, y plus delta y is equal to u plus delta u by v plus delta. Now let's bring in y is equal to u by v. Let's subtract it. So these two disappears. We are left with delta y, delta u by v plus delta v minus u by, now let's take the LCM, v plus delta v and v cross multiply, v times u plus delta u minus u times v plus delta v. Now let's simplify. V times u plus v delta u minus u v minus u delta v divided by v square plus v delta v. Vu, uv, they are both same. So take it out. So we are left with v delta u minus u delta v. V square plus v delta y. Now we require delta y by delta x. So divide it by, so v delta u minus u delta v divided by v square plus v delta v times delta x. Now let's take delta x above, right? V delta u by delta x minus u delta v divided by delta x, and this whole thing divided by v square plus v delta v. Can we do that? Yes. Just take it backwards. So delta x LCM will come here, right? This whole thing divided by v square plus v delta u can be converted into multiplied by 1 by v square plus v delta v. So which means in the denominator we will end up with v square plus v delta v times delta x. Okay. So now let's take the limit. dy by dx would be what? Limit as delta x approaches 0 of delta y by delta x, which is equal to limit as delta x approaches 0 of this entire expression, v delta u by delta x minus u delta v by delta x, the whole thing divided by v square plus v delta v. Now let's take the limit. When we take the limit, in the numerator we end up with v du by dx minus u dv by dx, and in the denominator we end up with v square, delta v tends to 0, so this becomes 0, so we are left with v square. So the derivative of a quotient is equal to the denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator, all divided by the denominator square. Derivative of a quotient is equal to the denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator. The whole thing divided by the denominator. So let's do the problem which we started off with. What is that? X square by sine x. So y is equal to x square by sine x. So dy by dx is equal to, so sine x times derivative of the numerator. So 2x minus derivative of the denominator, okay, cos x times x square divided by sine square x. Now remember, because this is minus, the order in which you do it is important. You have to take the denominator times the derivative of the numerator. You can't do the reverse. You will end up with a mistake. Okay. So again, x is common. So x sine x, no, not x, 2 sine x minus x cos x divided by sine square x. Let's do one more. Let's say it is log x divided by, let's say x square. Okay. dy by dx would be what? Denominator derivative of numerator. So which is 1 by x minus derivative of the denominator. So 2x times log x as it is divided by x square the whole square. So here this disappears, so we are left with x minus 2x log x by x to the power of 4. You can take it one step further. 1 minus 2 log x by x to the power of 4. So one of the x's will disappear. So we are left with 1 minus 2 log x divided by x cube. Okay, I think it's enough for today. Bye for now. Please go to the about page of my channel, and here you will find various links for each topic. These are Excel workbooks which I have been using in many of my videos. Download it and practice.